Join us on Geek Blood, the show you can't ignore. Wayne and Kevin diving deep into all things galore. Comic book, movie, sci-fi, and action thrill. Reviewing new TV shows, we keep it real. Reminiscing the attitude era, wrestling at its peak. Nostalgia from the 80s and 90s, memories we seek. Pineapples for our rings, a unique touch. Geek culture in our blood, we love it so much. Geek Blood forever, we love it so much. Geek Blood, where we talk about it all, from superheroes to wrestlers. We stand tall, Ray and Kevin, the dynamic duo in sight. Geek Blood, shining bright, shining bright. Did you hear about Pluto? Let's messed up right. Geek Blood, taking you on a nostalgia flight. From movies to TV, we cover it all. Join us every week, we'll have a ball. Shuffle.
Hey, what's happening?
How's it going?
Doing
I'm not
good.
orange anymore, am I?
No, you're good. We're
Okay,
good.
the
Yeah.
cat stepped on the controller, and apparently this button turns me orange.
Oh, okay.
So there we go. How's it going?
Kevin's got a new camera. He's testing out.
I'm just
Doing
testing
good.
it out, yeah.
Yeah, doing good.
Super, super.
Going to start off right away with something we haven't done in a while. A fat fucks.
Sweet.
The fat fucks are back. When you know about the river, the fat fucks are back. Motherfucker, show me the fat fucks. First off, Buffalo Wild Wings. I know you partake in their wings every once in a while, probably once or twice a month, maybe 4 times a month, maybe more.
Buffalo Wild Wings
Depends
or wings
on-
in general? Because wings in general is like a...
Well, wings in general, yes.
Wings in general and tacos are pretty much like, I mean, combined 5 meals a week for me.
It's
at
a
this point.
it's a food group. It's a food group. Buffalo Wild Wings has revealed that they're coming out with these ranch flavored Pop Rocks to put on wings, and I'm wondering how the hell they taste. I'm wondering they come out
Fucking probably
on the
not
20th.
great. That's interesting. I don't know if I like that idea.
Yeah, it comes out on the 20th for 99 cents per packet, and you need to try these when you're there. That's all I ask. Because this is interesting. I'm wondering how they taste. I don't know how they would work. I mean, you're thinking it's sweet Pop Tarts, so Pop Rock, so it's hard to
Right.
get out of that mindset. But yeah, the other thing is taking a viral sensation. I know your feelings about Arby's. But they are coming out with Philly. They have come out with Philly cheesesteaks. They came out with an Angus one last month, and now they have.
Yeah, I've seen good reviews, but I will never eat
Yes.
at Arby's again outside of getting their fries. So their fries are so fire.
Fries are good, and if you've ever had their milkshakes, the Jamocha shake, it's chocolate coffee. I hear is very delicious. But they're coming out with an Arby's cheesesteak closer to a Philly cheesesteak, and it has Cooper Sharp American, which is awesome. Angus beef, seeded roll, and everybody says a seeded roll. I think I sent you a video. That guy said it was really felt really hearty, really good, like a Philly. So I don't know. We don't have any Arby's around here anymore, unfortunately.
Thank God.
For me, I like Arby's. I know you hate it. I grew up with it, so.
I hate to break to you, but shit's not like it was 20 years ago. KFC is trash. Pizza Hut's trash. Everything's trash that we grew up with.
Pizza Hut is trash. Taco Bell is great still. Taco Bell has not changed much. Dorito Locos Tacos, the newest thing in the last 10 years.
Hit or miss. I'll say that about KFC. It's very hit or miss. It may not be trash, but it's hit or miss. Taco Bell's
chicken
okay.
sandwich not bad. Yeah, chicken sandwich is not bad at KFC. But the one I hear
the one by
you tried the one.
The only one by us is not good.
The one by me is horrible. There's one I think in Seabrook is the best one around here. But and news from last weekend. We're gonna have a quick teach Ray sports because I did not know anything about it. You know everything about it, but we're gonna have a teach Ray sports on the UFC and Conor McGregor. This is the theme to Teach Ray Sports. We needed a theme for Teach Ray Sports. I couldn't think of anything that would be original. I stole this instrumental from the Gary Shanley Show. This is the theme to Teach Ray Sports. This is the theme to Teach Ray Sports. So, Kevin, what happened?
Apparently, he was injured before the fight.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw, there's a clip going around that kind of was somewhat viral of Mel Gibson telling Vince Vaughn that I think his knees hurt when he was walking to the ring. I don't know how, out of all the people that knew, Mel Gibson was the one, considering, you know, he's anti-Semitic and Jews run the media. But apparently his knee was hurt, and he went on and with a hurt knee decided, you know what, I'm still going to try the same thing I had planned to start the fight off with, which is by jumping to land on said knee. And yeah, he was hurt real quick, and I was not happy. All I can say is if this shit was $80 like they used to be, there would be blood in the streets. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
If people paid $80 for this fight?
How long did it last? It was like 15
It
seconds?
was called, I think 13 or 15 seconds it was called into the fight.
Wow.
But I mean, it was over like 6 seconds in, technically.
His last match, he broke his leg.
Yes. And that was
the last
5 years ago?
So he's had a long time to heal. And it looks like he's
And
favoring
it was the
same
other leg. So it's
the other leg, okay.
Leg, I believe, yeah. So.
Interesting. Yeah, luckily it's on Paramount because I would be complaining heavily if I were a UFC watcher and had to pay for 13-second failure.
Yes.
But yeah.
I mean, it's different when Conor beat Jose Aldo in 13 seconds because he fucking punched him in the face and Aldo fell down like a toddler who had too much fucking breast milk. But yeah.
Yeah, UFC. I don't watch UFC.
Overall, good show. Paddy Pimblett, his fight.
I heard it was great.
Yeah, it was the fight before that, and Paddy is a great fighter to watch. I mean, the fact I don't think he's had a title yet, which is kind of amazing because every time I watch that guy, he wins, like not even close. So I think he had one fight where it was like a number one contender fight, and he lost that fight. So he's still crawling his way back up because it's like you could win 5-6 fights in a row, then you have that number one contender fight, you lose, and you're all the way back down in the middle of the card or whatever. But Paddy should be a champion soon. I think they were trying to set it up for Paddy to fight the winner of this fight to go on for a title. But that clearly isn't going to happen because this fight technically did not take place.
Who's the face of UFC right now? Is it Paddy? Like the main star?
It's hard to say.
For a while.
It was for a while. There isn't a Conor right now. There isn't an Anderson Silva. There is not a John Jones. There's a bunch of guys that are popular, but there's no like it character right now in the UFC. I'd say Paddy is probably the most popular.
He's the one guy I know, so I'm guessing that for me it would be him. Just outside looking in. But yeah. Yeah,
and there's a couple guys that are really fucking good. But then the UFC, I'm forgetting the guy's name that won UFC at the White House. The guy that won is popular, but he's not like the face of the UFC, and he came out and he upset somebody who should have easily beat him. So it's really hard to say these days. Okay. I also don't, which is weird that now it's on Paramount, I can watch every week. I don't watch it as much as I should. So it's hard for me to say because all of a sudden there'll be this fight that's all hyped up and then the guy will lose in fucking 2 rounds. So, but I mean, I'd say Paddy's probably the most prominent guy that could be the Conor McGregor of 2026, 2027.
Yeah, because it takes more than just the fighting. The fighting is a huge part in UFC, but someone like Conor, someone like Chael, who has a personality. That's what Chael
understood more than anything is that to get these fights, I'm going to need to be a personality, especially with his fighting style because he was a wrestler and that's kind of boring. So he was just saying outlandish things and calling out an entire country of Brazil and that's what got him fights, and it worked for him.
Yeah.
It worked for him.
Cool. Anything else going on in the sports world right now? Did we end up talking about
We'll
the
talk AJ Brown.
Celtics?
We did a little, not really. About Jaylen Brown being traded. That whole thing seems like a mess considering he was traded. So he was traded. Okay, so Jaylen Brown got in some hot water for going on. He would stream like, I don't know, 4 nights a week. I feel like it felt like. I have no idea if it was that often. But his biggest stream of the year was when besides when he said that this was his very year of his career, which is funny because they lost in the first round. He said that after they lost. But one of the streams he went on talking about Joel Embiid and how Joel Embiid is the softest player in the NBA. And he's basically, he's nothing anymore, this, that, and the other. And Joel Embiid is kind of the face of the 76ers, who he then gets traded to. So apparently there's a lot of talk that things are not going so well so far in Philly, and they haven't even started fucking training camp down there. So it should be an interesting year. I think Philly is going to have to do something and probably eat Joel Embiid's contract, which sucks because, like, Joel Embiid, when he's healthy, he's the reason why the Celtics lost, because they were down 3-1 and Joel Embiid came back healthy. A healthy Joel Embiid and a healthy Jaylen Brown, on paper, should make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, no problem. But the guy's played, I think, like 9 regular season games in 2.5 years, something like that. Like, he's never healthy. So,
okay,
that whole situation is a mess. Basketball is going to be real interesting. Football is going to be real interesting. I can't wait for football to start. Red Sox are now.
Yeah, how are we looking?
Fucking amazing.
Really?
Worst team in baseball to 1 game out of the wild card going to the All-Star break, which just happened. In 17 games, they lost 2 going into the All-Star game. So they're apparently right back in it with everyone on the team hurt. I don't know. We'll see.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't asked about the Red Sox in a while.
Yeah, because they've been so unwatchable. I wasn't watching. I would just look every day and it's like, oh, they won again. Oh, they won again. Oh, they swept the Yankees. Oh, they swept that team. Oh, they're doing really well. They still don't have really anyone like, I love Anthony, but he's really hasn't been playing this year. So it's literally been all their backup guys. Like, all their main guys are injured.
Right. Okay. Well, let's jump into what we watched this week. I have not watched Cape Fear this week. I watched last week's.
Same. That's a Friday night show for me. I watch it when the sun goes down after I'm done reading my comics, which is why I was late today, because it's fucking beautiful out. I was just outside, and I was like, oh shit, we got a show to do.
We got a few more episodes left. We'll probably talk about the finale when it comes out.
Yeah. And watch the movie.
It's great, and we're gonna watch the movie the same week.
Definitely want to watch the movie.
Ron Perlman was in last week's episode. He's playing Javier Bardem's father. I forget how old Ron Perlman is.
Yes.
He's in his late 70s now.
And the other thing about that was when he came on, I was like, that's Ron Perlman. And then he started talking, and I was like, that's not Ron Perlman. He stood up, and I was like, that's Ron Perlman. Like,
it is, yeah.
He's a very good actor, and he didn't really, especially at first, did not sound like he usually does. I love Ron Perlman.
Yeah, me too.
But god damn it, he's got to be 79, 80 years old, right?
Yep, he's close to it.
He's up there,
definitely. Yeah. We did watch House of Dragon. Not the best episode this season.
No.
But they are on a streak this year, and I think everything kind of together is going to be great.
The next episode is really good.
Awesome.
Because was this episode 4?
4, yeah.
This is 4,
so
right?
Halfway.
So that was the end of the screeners that were given out.
Okay, cool.
I believe. So I heard next episode is really good, but you can't have like 2 really good episodes and then expect that to like continue.
Yeah,
it's not season 4 Game of Thrones style where every episode was hitting. But yeah, this episode was fine.
But we go further into the High Towers and we meet Orman. We've seen Orman a couple times this season.
Dennis Reynolds.
And now he does look like him. You're right.
Have you not seen those memes? They've been all over Twitter all week.
I haven't
People
seen
comparing him to Dennis Reynolds. Not just looks, but they're like, if Dennis Reynolds wasn't in a comedy show, he would be Orman Hightower. They even did the the Dennis system. They did that for Darian. with Orman.
Oh, that's great.
The thing, and it's fucking amazing. I don't know if I ever sent it to you, but I'll have to send it to you. But yeah.
Speaking of
Orman
Darien,
Hightower.
Darien Targaryen, the only Targaryen we haven't seen yet. There was a big switcheroo the last episode, big swerve. And Darien Targaryen, point of note, the actor who's playing him is going to be playing Link in The Legend of Zelda. So this is the first time we've seen him. And he is kind of a mousy character, I would say, run completely by Orman. Orman kind of took him in as a father figure, but beats him down every time he talks to him, and controls every movement, everything that he does. At the very end of the episode, there's a whole story in the show about a person who gets beaten up by another villager, and the villager gets arrested at the end. And Orman tells Darien to take his dragon. He has a blue dragon. Tells him to stab him. He stabs him with a sword, and then his blue dragon sets him on fire. This guy that Orman's trying to set a point to. And Darien didn't want to do it at all. He has kind of a hesitation to it. Even afterwards, you could tell he was horrified by it. But I'm interested to see where that goes. He is the second to the throne after Aegon, correct?
No, Aemon.
After Aemon? Okay.
He's basically Orman was raising him basically, and he's the most Hightower-ish. Like, she had the 3 kids. She had the 2 boys and the girl, and then had Darien. So, but Darien was raised in Old Town by the Hightowers, and he wants to put him on the throne, essentially making the Hightowers the fucking... I just anything I had sent to you earlier. Basically making the Hightowers technically the kings, similar to Joffrey and Tommen, where I mean they technically weren't Robert's kid anyways, but that basically the Lannisters ran King's Landing and the Seven Kingdoms because those 2 were on top, not the Baratheons. It should have been.
And you also get the hatred for the Hightower that the Hightowers have for the Targaryens too, especially Orman towards the dragons, and he downplays how the dragons are kind of just kind of mutts, I guess, in a way. Yeah. So
the thing that
interesting to see where that goes.
This episode is his dragon in the books. It's very specific that he has blue flames, and they didn't do the fucking blue flames. I don't know if it was a budget thing or they just didn't want to do it to make all the dragons the same.
Well, they showed it. They showed it off camera too. So.
They showed the flames in his mouth. It's one of the biggest character traits of that dragon. So
interesting.
Maybe when he, like you said, they showed it off camera. Maybe it won't be forming in his mouth like blue flames, like the ice dragon was, and it'll come out. But I was very upset at the fact that the dragon didn't have blue flames.
I was gonna say maybe that's why they didn't do it, because of the ice dragon, because it's already lore in the television show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which could be,
interesting. Yeah. Life Larry in the Pursuit of Unhappiness. I love this show. I think it's my favorite show in a while. Favorite season of non-Curb in a while, I should say. I love history. I love Larry. I love that style of comedy that he had on that show.
Was there a 3rd episode last week?
There was. It comes out Friday night.
At 9 p.m.?
Yep.
Okay, that's why I think I checked before 9 p.m., so I haven't watched it yet. But how was it? Is it good?
Very good. Lin-Manuel is in it, in the Boston Tea Party segment. Underground Railroad, JB Smoove shows up. It's fantastic. The Wright brothers, John Hamm, Sean Hayes. McCarthy and Communists with Michael McKean. It's an awesome show. Awesome segments this week.
Technically an HBO show, so it came out at whatever 9 p.m. or whatever 10 p.m.
Yeah, it airs on HBO. Yeah.
So I completely forgot. But yeah, I'll be watching that tonight after Cape Fear, like I did last week.
Nice. Yep.
I rewatched the second episode because of what's his name being dead and forgetting about that until we mentioned it on the podcast.
Yep. I know a show you're not watching, but you should be because it's fantastic. X-Men 97, episode 5. It's awesome.
I'll be binging it when it's over.
Yeah, definitely do.
I just did
it's all
my
Weapon
Adventures with Superman, so I'll be doing this after.
Oh, how's that new season? Have you started the new season?
I think the last episode might be one of the best Superman things in media in a very long time.
Yeah, we'll talk about it at the end of the summer, I think.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to binge it.
I'll rewatch it before when you were watching it. Just let me know.
Okay.
So rewatch it.
But this episode, X-Men 97, episode 5, all about the Weapon X program and Wolverine trying. The end of last season, he lost all the adamantium. Magneto took it all out of him, and now he went back to the facility up in Canada, the Weapon X program, and trying to find more adamantium to put back into his body. And going up there, finds out that the whole place is being run over by aliens called the Brood. And Omega Red is in a capsule there. Gets released out of this capsule. You see a big, huge battle with Wolverine and Omega Red. Omega Red's awesome in this episode. Wolverine is possessed by these Brood aliens at one point in this episode. And Morph has to fight him and everybody I think he sets up a whole team to come with him. Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, and Morph and him. They all show up on a shuttle and they're trying to they're not even sure why Wolverine's there.
Right.
But there's some photos there of some things. And the other thing you see is Morph turns into Deadpool and Spider-Man in this episode. And uses their fighting tactics and everything. Is pretty fucking cool. The other thing, they find some tapes in an office, and you see a list of a whole bunch of Weapon X or Weapon whatever programs, including X-23 and Ajax. Little note of Ajax, from Deadpool, the movie, of course. And comic books ripped right out into this cartoon series. You see a mutated alien-infested Wolverine there on the right. That is from the episode. And on the left, you see Wolverine number 1. And that is right out of that episode, right out of that comic book as well. So I love to see that. We're going to see a lot of that with Spider-Man in a couple of weeks. So I'm very excited for that too. Great episode. Weakest of the season so far, but even so, it's awesome. It was an awesome episode. Great show overall. And I cannot wait for next week's episode. Another great season, another great show. Dark Side of the Ring, episode 3. You have a chance to watch it?
Oh my god, yeah.
Great.
I woke up this morning.
I
I was
picked
like,
that picture of Vince Russo.
So I watched it this morning. While I ate some eggs. It was this show was awesome. I think
it's fantastic.
I think my perception of Jeff Jarrett has always been very negative. Due to the amount of shoot interviews I've seen, and mostly Honky Tonk Man, and I feel like that's only because he's not jealous, but he's angry that Jeff kind of stole his guitar gimmick, so he would shit on Jeff every chance he got. So my perception of him as a Booker's son, plus he's a Booker's son, has always been very negative. This is probably the first time I've seen him in a good light. Because Honky Tonk always had that thing, and so did New Jack, where anywhere you went, you got over because your father was there type deal. But he had pretty bad heat in TNA because everyone knew he was the owner, but he was champion for however long.
For a very long time, yeah.
But it kind of works for a heel character to do that, so it's whatever. But this show is awesome, and this episode was fantastic. They got to shit on Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, who tried to explain his stance. And he's like, one episode in the year and a half we were there was the highest rating they had. It's like, but the rest of the show fucking tanked after that.
And it was a debut. It was the first time that Monday Night Raw had competition in 15, 20, 10 years, whatever it was at the time.
Yeah.
So, of course people watched. But after the week after, it was probably the lowest, the biggest drop. So, like you mentioned, Hogan and TNA, that's where this episode started. Hogan came in with Eric Bischoff, took over, and there was a lot of failures, a lot of crazy shit that happened. He brought a lot of angles with his family and friends in. Although Love Sponge was there at one point. His daughter Brooke got married to Bubba Ray Dudley. Do you remember that?
Yes.
There's a whole angle. It didn't show it in this show, but I just wanted to remind you.
The whole thing is like, Vince Russo was still booking, so it was still going to be soap opera shit. And for some reason, Jeff Jarrett still wanted Vince Russo to book. That part never made sense, at all. That they were continuing allowing Vince Russo to book.
He never had problems with Vince Russo, though. Even in WCW, didn't Jarrett got along with him?
Jarrett and him were boys.
Yeah.
Because they both had an issue with Hogan at the time.
That was the finger point, poke of doom and all that shit. But talked a lot about Karen Angle, Kurt Angle, and Jeff Jarrett, and how Jeff Jarrett ended up being in a relationship with Karen Angle after her and her and Kurt broke up. But everybody kind of figured up until this episode, up until this show, that there's cheating involved. There wasn't.
Yep.
They hadn't been together for like 3 years or 2 years prior to the angle that actually ended up happening on television. Of course, when you have a relationship that shows up in the tabloids, you got to milk it, especially if you're Russo. You got to milk it for television.
Right.
Angle
It's like
point.
the Lita Edge Matt Hardy angle that was on WWE a few years before that.
Yep. The other part of this episode that was cringeworthy is Jeff Hardy coming out fucked up beyond all recognition. Fubar.
Mm-hmm. I remember
he
that happened.
Was drunk. Yeah, me too. He came out on Impact one night, and they just let him out there, even though they knew he was fucked up. They let him out.
It was
he'll straighten out in the ring.
It was a pay-per-view. Yeah.
And they let him go out there, and you could tell just his eyes were glazed over. Mm-hmm. He wasn't walking straight. He was like running into the ring ropes trying to get in the ring. It was a god awful, embarrassing moment for him, and that's kind of the moment where he stopped drinking, kind of got off the pills and everything, and straightened out his life. But yeah, it's Jeff Hardy's career is such a sad. You look back at it, he was champion in 2008. It was RVD and him. Were they together in the car? No, it was him and Sabu that were in the car ride. RVD that got arrested. And Sabu, when RVD was the WWE champion, and then he lost the title like a week later.
Yeah.
Thinking back on that now, 20 years later, that sucks because it's so prominent now. It's legal. It's legal almost everywhere. Mm-hmm. But back then, they got arrested and fined. And I think for RVD got maybe suspended for 3 months. I don't remember, maybe 90 to 30 days. I don't remember what the time, but loosened up the strings a little bit since then. But back then it was such a no thing to do, and everybody was doing it. But,
well, I mean, now it's
especially
it's
RVD. Right.
It's fucking legal in pretty much every state.
It is. Yeah.
So I think the only time they have an issue with it is if you would get pulled over in a state it wasn't legal in. Is my guess. I mean, I've always had the stance that it's safer than alcohol, much safer. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't drive on either, but it's safer than alcohol.
Safer, yes, but you shouldn't do.
But I mean, Jeff Hardy was on all sorts of shit in that match.
He was on everything.
He was on. Yep. They didn't actually say in the episode, which I kind of wish they did. But he was pilled up, probably drunk also. And that's the thing with pills is like your body gets conditioned to them, so you just take more to get that feeling that you would have. Instead of taking 2, you end up taking 5 or 6. Get the same feeling you used to get when you took 2. And
especially when you're a muscle-bound wrestler, and big tall guy, you take more.
And when your adrenaline's going, it's all different too. It's all body chemistry, and he was just fucked that night.
Oh yeah, crazy. They showed everything on here. Great episode, great season so far. This is on Vice. You can also buy it on iTunes. They don't air them anywhere. They're not on Hulu. Next week is Samoa Joe versus Necro Butcher. Whole episode about that. Yep.
I love Necro Butcher, so that should be good.
Yep, cannot wait for that story. I don't know anything about, so I'm going.
I don't either. I just know Necro Butcher's a fucking psychopath.
Yep, that's all I've heard too. So
he was in the movie The Wrestler.
Yep, that's what I knew that too. A documentary I watched. I'm sure you haven't even started yet or haven't even watched, but on Netflix. It's on Paramount. It's on Paramount. The Real Wolf of Wall Street. This is an answer to the movie, not done by the guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Martin Scorsese?
No, Jordan Belfort.
Oh, not by Jordan Belfort. Okay.
Yeah. No, he's not in it at all.
I saw this advertised actually during UFC, and I made a note to watch it, and I didn't know it came out the 14th.
Yep, it's all out, 3 episodes, and it's very good. And it kind of tackles the real story of the Hollywood story, and breaks down what was real, what was fake.
Because I read I did the audiobook of what the movie's based on, so this would be interesting for me.
Yeah, and everybody says that his audiobook is pretty much trash and lots of lies. So you may want to watch this documentary. Yeah. You may want to watch this documentary. They break down a few scenes here and there, talking about that did not happen that way. Like the office scene where he threatens to quit and he says, "Fuck that, I'm not leaving." That doesn't happen. He really does leave. Just leaves. But great documentary on Paramount Plus. You want to watch it if you like the Wolf of Wall Street movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese. It's a continuation of that a little bit, kind of the other side of it, from the people that got fucked over by Jordan. That's basically all the people in the interviews.
They released this now because he just got done paying everyone back, right?
Oh, it did.
I saw that online that he like literally like this month. So that's probably why they released it to coincide with that type deal. But apparently he's done paying whatever dues he had to pay to be completely fine or whatever.
Now that I think about it, I think they did have something at the end. I don't think he actually paid the full amount.
No, I mean,
you'll have to watch it.
It goes to court, so like obviously, like
Yep.
they'll say like it's like any settlement, like 14 million. They're only
Yep.
gonna pay like
I think it was a
6 or
settlement.
whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah, because the only thing he can do now, because he obviously can't sell stocks. The only thing he can do now is speaking. But
Yep.
he's such a great speaker, like public speaker, that he makes a ton of money, and people pay him to do those type of things at colleges and wherever he goes. But I watched a movie.
Did
You
you?
reviewed it about a month and a half ago. I'm gonna review it today.
Okay, good.
The movie's called Backrooms.
Right.
You gave it a 3.5. I'm gonna give it a 3. I was
Yeah,
not
it's-
impressed. I think the hype is
It was-
overhyped on this movie.
I told you it was like a 2.5, but because my boy was in it, I gave it a 3.5. It's not very good. I did not enjoy most of it. It was interesting for like the first half, and then when everything kind of starts, you figuring stuff out, I just didn't really enjoy it. It was like a 2.5 to 3. I think I gave it a healthy 3.5 though, just because I didn't like Mark Duplass showing up randomly because that's my boy. But yeah,
Think about this. Think
not
about
good.
this movie. Think about this movie. I'm gonna say, I'm not a huge fan of the movie, but I have a lot of questions. If he makes a sequel, I will watch it because I want to know what the hell is going on in this world. He doesn't. Kane Parsons, 23-year-old wonder kid from YouTube, got hired to direct this. First time director, got hired, looking to be making a 3-year deal with A24 worth $65 million. That came out today. In order to maybe make a sequel to this movie, make a universe of this movie. He says he has more stories to tell of this universe.
Right.
So he will not talk about this movie at all in interviews. I don't know if you see him in any interviews. He won't confirm or deny anything in the movie, any plot points or nothing. He doesn't want to do it. He said he's seen interviews with directors before in the past. He doesn't want to drag along the audience. In other words, and what they think the movie means. I think it's just a big drug fest. Somebody was high off their ass when they wrote it. Because there is a lot of crazy skibbity toilety shit going on in this movie.
Exactly. Yes.
That's exactly what I think it is.
Which I mean, that would technically be Kane Parsons' era, anyways.
It is. Yep.
But yeah, the first half of the movie, I was very interested in what was going on.
Yeah.
Second half of the movie, it lost me tremendously. It's not scary at all. It's very well shot.
Psychological.
It's very well shot. Cinematography is very good. But it didn't really do anything for me. And people were trying to say it was better than Obsession. And I was like,
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
We had people on our Facebook page saying Obsession was a trash movie when I posted our reel. I was like, what are you talking about?
And like it was just like trendy to say this was better than Obsession just because it came out like 2 weeks after.
It's a trend.
So.
It's exactly what it is. It's a trend.
Yep.
But yeah, Obsession 5 times better than this movie.
Agreed.
This leaves a lot of questions I want to know. So if a sequel comes out, I probably will watch it just to see if he actually answers any.
Yep.
But it's hard to even explain this movie other than it's like a room that reads your mind and your dreams, and it kind of projects whatever the dreams may be in a weird way. Maybe because your memory isn't always as great as what the real thing is. So you get these weird images of a person or weird images of what a place would be. Other than that, you can't really explain the movie without actually watching it. And even then, you can't really explain the movie because I don't think there's any real explanation for it. So, I'm interested to see where this goes, how this franchise goes along. And I will watch a sequel to it just to see if he explains it anymore.
Movie so bad we'll watch the sequel just to figure out the first movie.
yeah, pretty much. And at the very end, like you mentioned, Mark Duplass is in it. He's working at a company that kind of can go into this dream world, into these back rooms. I'm not sure even from where. I don't even think they really explain how he gets in there. They showed
him. They showed him a few times throughout the movie, and that's literally what kept my interest. I was like, "Oh, wonder what he's up to."
Yeah,
because they don't explain anything until the end. Even then, it's not really explained.
The kid from the kid
Yeah,
from
I'll officially lower my score to a 3, but yeah, it's not good.
okay, the kid from the new wow, House of Dragon, but Game of Thrones, the new Hedge
Dunkin'
Knight.
Egg?
Yeah, Duck and Egg. There's that guy's in this movie too. He
Yes.
plays the guy. I can't remember what he does. He's like a camera guy,
Yes.
in the movie. But yeah, overall 3 out of 5. Wasn't impressed, but I want to know more. kind of weird, but yeah, I do want to know more about this world. So, with that being said, let's jump into. Oh, by the way, we did not watch the Odyssey.
We did not, but I have a movie review real quick.
You do?
I did go see Evil Dead Burn. Remember last Friday?
That's right. You saw it last after the pod.
I'll just give a quick review. Fucking loved it.
Awesome.
A solid 4 out of 5. One of the bloodiest. Like I say this because I've been watching like the Terrifier movies and whatnot. It's one of the bloodiest, most graphic movies I've seen in a very long time. That was not NC-17 or unrated.
Cool.
There is some incredibly fun deaths in this movie. I'm not an Evil Dead person either. I'm very I watch them because they're usually entertaining, but I'm not like this huge like Evil Dead fan. The first movie is kind of. The first movie everyone knows was made for like $30,000, and it took like fucking a year and a half extra long to make because they kept running out of money and having to go back. But it's a classic because it's an 80s horror movie. But this movie was violent. The headrest in the car, and you pull it up and there's the 2 spikes. That gets used.
I've seen it in the trailers.
Yeah, see, I haven't seen a single trailer, so I had no idea what was going on going into it. But I really enjoyed that movie. Very happy I saw it. Horror in general, even though I didn't care for the Backrooms, it's all been great this year. I'm loving horror this year. There's some narrative things that are kind of a mess. Yeah, there's some narrative things that are kind of a mess, but I was having so much fun that I enjoyed the entire movie. Loved it. It was a solid 4 to 4.5. It was very good.
Nice. Awesome.
Do recommend when it comes out that you watch it. You didn't see the one that came out 2 years ago, did you? Or 3?
I did not. No, I haven't. Even, I'm not caught up on that franchise at all.
Yeah,
so,
that was
I'm way behind.
Because it's weird because they did the remake in 2013. So I never know if the continuity is from the 80s or if it's from that. But they're all kind of their own thing.
Right.
But the one that came out a few years ago was also very good and had some very stomach turning scenes. Like there's one with a cheese grater in the back of somebody's leg that I'm just like, oh God. But this one was very good. And the dude that basically goes psycho in this movie, I guess he'd be the first real person to be possessed, maybe the second, depending on how you look at it. He's the father of the family. That guy's acting is fucking incredible in this movie as basically a possessed human being.
Nice.
Do recommend when it comes out. It's horror, so it probably won't be too long before it comes out because it's not like it's a Backrooms or an Obsession where they're going to keep pushing the release date for digital.
Yep. I still say Obsession came out way too soon because it made 17 million last weekend.
It was on video on demand. It still made another $1 million. Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Well, speaking of that, let's get into the news. And it's not a news segment, it's a trailer roundup. Tom Cruise is back in a movie called Digger, coming out on October 2nd. A apocalyptic movie set in the futuristic world of Tom Cruise. Looks like, of course, that's him on the left there with prosthetic makeup. It's comedy. It's a drama, apocalyptic drama. I don't remember who Alejandro is. He the guy that did Birdman?
Yes. He's a very interesting
weird director.
Yes.
I hated Birdman. I very much hated Birdman. I'll stick by that.
It was very.
I love Michael Keaton.
It was very, and we love Edward Norton. It was very not good.
Yep.
It was well shot and well made. It was cool how they did the one camera trick the entire time, but it was not great. I don't even know if I finished it, to be honest.
Yeah. The whole movie, one camera, was a first time thing. It was awesome. I love that too. But
was
the
a
movie
gimmick,
itself
yeah.
was trash.
But yeah.
John Goodman, Jesse Plemons in this. Some great actors acting along Tom Cruise. So I like that. I'm probably going to watch it just for that reason alone.
Yes, same.
And I do like Tom Cruise too. So, and Tom
Me too.
Cruise can act himself out of a paper bag. So I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Brand new trailer for something I know you're excited for, coming out on October 15th on Peacock.
I have not
Crystal
seen the
Lake.
trailer because I don't want to, you know me, I'm with trailers with things I really want to see.
Yep.
I try not to watch, but I have seen these stills of course, and I cannot wait for the show.
Yeah, trailer is awesome. Very short trailer, but basically it's the story of
Pamela Voorhees.
Jason.
Yep, and Jason.
And it's the story of the camp and what happens at the camp.
Takes place
it's basically the first Friday the 13th.
Does it take place a year after Jason dies, or like a few months? I can't remember.
It's when Jason dies. So yeah, it's the
okay.
whole season. I'm guessing
Okay.
it's probably during that time. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, looks awesome. Cannot wait. Comes out just a couple months. Pedro Pascal has a new movie called Behemoth, done by Tony Gilroy. I'm not sure when this comes out, but it looks okay, but it sounds fucking fantastic. It's about this guy who comes back to an orchestra, but the sound is amazing if you've seen the trailer.
Right.
Will Arnett's in it. Olivia Wilde. Very much one of those art movies that wins at the box
Will
office.
Arnett,
you see it all the time.
Like Will Arnett, we always think of like kind of like this comedic. He's a sneaky good actor.
Yeah.
Really good actor.
He is, yeah.
When he has to be.
Brand new poster. Alan Richardson everywhere. Brand new poster for the Owen Wilson Alan Richmond movie called
Amazon
Runner.
movie.
Nope, coming out on September 11th. Leave that humor right there. So yeah. Yep. Alan Richardson everywhere though. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Another trailer for a movie set in like the 1300s, 1400s with King Richard II, starring Andrew Garfield, called The Uprising. Comes out September 11th as well. Director of Jason Bourne and Captain Phillips directed this. You definitely get that by watching it. You definitely get that type of acting and get that type of visuals. So set in olden time, but Andrew Garfield, love him in everything. So
same. Yep.
We'll probably be watching this. But my favorite trailer of the week, I've been excited to talk about. I Play Rocky, the TV series coming out on Paramount. This kid who they cast as Sylvester Stallone, got him down. The best I've seen in acting for a character playing a character it's incredible. He sounds just like Sylvester Stallone. He got down the transition into Rocky. He even looks like him when he's doing pull-ups, as you can see on the left there. The guy they got playing Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers, looks awesome too. Overall, it looks stunning, looks awesome, sounds awesome. Makes me want to go watch the Rocky movies, but I'm going to wait till the end of the year when this comes out. We should
after the show. We should redo the Rocky movies.
Yeah. We should when you're out of work for sure.
After the show's over, we'll do the Rocky movies, or maybe once a week while the show's going on, because there's probably enough movies to fill. Because there's probably 8 episodes of the TV show. It's probably there's 8 Rocky movies if we do the Creeds.
Yep, we'll do that. That sounds like a great plan. Yeah,
9 Rocky movies if we do the Creeds.
Yeah, we'll do that for sure.
So we'll try to plan that out. Of course, I will be in Philadelphia for 1 week, so we'll see.
That's fine. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yep. Box office last week. Moana, number 1, but with $43 million. The only thing that this is going to hurt, the 2 things is going to hurt. Number 1, nobody wants to see a live action remake of an animated movie,
came out
whatever.
10 years ago.
10 years ago. And not only that, the sequel came out last year for Moana 2. It's a fresh franchise. Nobody wants to see a live action. Number 1, number 2, we'll say number 2 and number 3. The Rock has lost his luster. I would not be surprised to see him going back into wrestling because he had another failure on his hands. The amount that they pay him for a movie, if a studio sees what he's getting paid and a movie fails this bad, that amount's going to drop down significantly. I would not be surprised if his number goes way down because failure.
It's pretty much been since the Black Adam thing.
Yes.
I know when he did the UFC movie, he did not make much money to do that movie. That was
that was a back end.
And the funny thing, though, people say that he only took that movie because of the Black Adam debacle, but he was ever since he was signed to do that movie in 2018, so that was way before Black Adam. But he did take a lot less because he couldn't make his. I think he makes like $32 million a movie, give or take. He couldn't make that.
50.
It might be upwards of that.
Yeah,
I know he probably made that for Black Adam because he produced the whole thing. But yeah.
Lest we forget what happened with Black Adam and how fucked up that situation was, that he almost took DC hostage.
Yep.
What a time. What a time to be.
We'd be looking at 10 years of Black Adam versus Superman.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? Oh.
Do you remember?
We lucked out.
Do you fucking remember the interview where they're talking about which Joker he would bring in a Black Adam movie? And you know what his answer was?
Was it Jared Leto?
No, it was not Jared Leto. Barry Keoghan.
What's his answer?
Because Barry Keoghan had the same agent as he did, and Henry Cavill did. Barry Keoghan from fucking the Reeves verse was his answer of which Joker he wants to bring in to play the Joker in his version of DC. Like, because they were like, it would be Leto, right? And he's like, oh, I love Jared, but to tell you the truth, it would probably be Barry. And that's because Barry had the same agent as him, his ex-wife.
This is a big fuck up for The Rock.
Yeah.
The best thing that happened to him with Black Adam, it was a failure, of course, was he came back as the final boss in WWF. It was the best run he had since the 90s.
Yeah.
He needs to come back and do that again. Number one,
but
wrestling
he also
right
doesn't
now,
need the money. He could retire tomorrow and be fine.
He doesn't need the money, but it's the fact that he's such a whore for wrestling. And he just loves people cheering him.
The attention.
He's gonna be what, 54 now? 50. He's gonna be close to 55. He's got one more match in him if he wants.
And he can't lift like at least soon enough he won't be able to lift like he was able to. Right. Unless he takes some shit that's gonna basically give him a heart attack by the time he turns 60.
He should come back, fix his look again, because obviously it's a bad look on him. Come back to WWE coming into WrestleMania next year, and whatever his next movie will be. And if anybody says Apocalypse in the X-Men franchise, I'm going to fucking scream. But that's all I see on the internet is him being cast as Apocalypse. No fucking thank you. But I do love him in wrestling, and I would love to see him come back for one more run, even if it's as a manager or against the Bloodline. It would be great to see him team up with CM Punk, a heel CM Punk, and see what that happens and going against the Bloodline. But yeah, we know that's going to happen eventually. But number 2, Minions and Monsters, again, a movie that is a huge franchise with the Despicable Me movie, Despicable Me. Lower in the box office. A lot of people did not watch the first week compared to what the other movies had done. Toy Story 5 though is the killer of the year. As far as animation's going, they've done a great job in the box office. Number 3 last week for the 4th week. And Supergirl, projected to earn a 3-day total of $3.8 million at the box office last weekend. Movie dropped 55%, time for the quickest plummet in its chart for any DCU or DCEU movie. Supergirl getting a lot of bad press, but I liked it. Wasn't in love with it. I liked it. I loved her. I loved all the acting in it. I said that in the review.
The movie was a mess in places. Yes,
it was. Yeah, for sure. Jafar Jackson and Michael officially hit $1 billion, becoming the first $1 billion biopic ever. I love that movie. A lot of people shit on it. We both loved it. And it's awesome.
Is that out on digital yet? Did you buy it?
It's out on digital. Yep, it's out on digital. Still in the theaters too. So, rest in peace to Wai Ching Ho. You don't know the name, but if you've seen the Netflix Daredevil series, you know her as Madam what's her name? Madam
Zhao.
They have it on here. Madam Zhao. Gao. Yeah. Daredevil, Iron Fist, Defender. She showed up in every show. She was the leader of the Hand, and the martial arts group, the Hand, which you're going to be seeing in Spider-Man. What's the next one? Brand New Day. God, yes. I'm in the middle of a Spider-Man watch, so I'm getting mixed up. I just watched Homecoming last week. Plan on watching Far From Home tonight, but she did die, 82 years old. Rest in peace to her. Rest in peace to Brenda Fricker. You don't know the name, but if you watched Home Alone 2 especially, you remember her as the bird lady that lived in Central Park that talked to Kevin as he was lost during Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. She died today, 81 years old. Rest in peace to her. But the big death, the one we're going to give some time to, rest in peace to Dr. Alan Grant himself, Sam Neill. Died of pneumonia. He had cancer, just beat it. But he's been in a lot of our childhood, especially, I mean, Jurassic Park alone. We'll talk about that.
That's your favorite movie of all time, right?
Not my favorite movie of all time, but it's up there for sure. Oh, no, God, no. But
I'm pretty sure you said that once.
My favorite movie, favorite Spielberg movie, maybe. I think, yeah, definitely a favorite Spielberg movie for sure. But yeah, great movie. 1-3 he came back for. That was an okay movie. Dominion, we have our opinions on it. We're not going to shit on it in this podcast today, just because rest in peace to Sam Neill. But Hunt for the Wilder People. This was done by Taika Waititi. I think it was his first big blockbuster movie. Him and the kid who ended up playing in Deadpool 2, the big fat kid that Deadpool takes under his wing. That's where he got his start as well. But Hunt for Wilder People, great movie if you've never seen it. Event Horizon, something I have not seen. It is on my list to watch. I don't know if you've seen it either. 1997, I think it came out. Him and Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah. On my list, The Hunt for Red October. I'm sure you've seen a long time ago. Never seen that.
I've seen it 100 times. Yeah, one of my dad's favorite movies.
Bicentennial Man. I've talked about it on this podcast how it's an underrated, awesome Robin Williams movie. He plays the guy who creates him. He's the one who creates the robot. Yeah. He's awesome in that movie as well. And of course, you remember, if you're a fan of the MCU, you know he was in the Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder. He played Odin in where they were doing recreations of what happened in the Thor of the past. He plays Odin. He was in the Jungle Book. He was in the movie called The Piano, and I think that won a bunch of Oscars. Memoirs for an Invisible Man, another movie that's on my list. Chevy Chase movie, came out in the 80s, done by John Carpenter. The Horse Whisperer, another movie, I think Clint Eastwood movie, came out in the 90s. Daybreakers, Ethan Hawke, William Dafoe. He's great in that. That's a vampire movie that came out probably 15 years ago or so. It's a great movie too. His last movie is going to be Godzilla Kong Supernova, comes out in March of next year. He's already filmed it. But he's also big in TV. The biggest thing, probably the one that won him the Emmys, was Merlin. It came out in the I think late 90s, early 2000s, maybe late 90s. Merlin. It came back, Merlin's Apprentice, back in 2008, 2007, something like that. He did voiceover in The Simpsons, Rick and Morty. He was in The Tudors with Henry Cavill. Have you ever watched The Tudors?
Yes.
I haven't watched it.
It's the same exact. It's based on the same. It's the same family that Game of Thrones is based on.
Okay.
2 generations after what Game of Thrones would have been based on, which is kind of funny.
I'm going to watch that soon. I'm not sure when. He was in a show called Invasion on Apple TV. That was just recently, 2022, I think I saw.
Yep.
But my favorite thing I've seen in him in recent years was Peaky Blinders. In the first season, he was awesome as a villain. He was kind of a policeman going after the Peaky Blinders. Fucking incredible in that show. Mm-hmm. So rest in peace to Sam Neill, a piece of our childhood, now gone. Incredible actor. Going to be remembered for my favorite scene from him in Jurassic Park is when he sees the Triceratops for the first time laying down and sick. He lays down on his stomach as his stomach's going up on the dinosaur. Mm-hmm. And he's just excited to see it alive because he's been a researcher for all these years and sees that dinosaurs have become real. And he's like a kid in a candy store. It's fucking incredible. If you've never seen Jurassic Park, number 1, get out from under the rock. Number 2, fantastic performance from him. And it's probably the most memorable. The reason why the movie's so memorable is because of him.
I gotta get that on 4K.
Rest in peace. You do, yeah. Rest in peace to Sam Neill. Let's get into some news. The deal between the Paramount deal between Paramount and Warner Brothers has been hit with an antitrust lawsuit from 12 states: California, Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, and Washington. This is the first of multiple lawsuits. the California war on Paramount, because they sued. Paramount has threatened to leave California and set up shop somewhere else in another state. One that didn't sue them, I'm guessing, but and that kind of set off a war between California and Paramount. The Writers Guild also filed a lawsuit trying to block the merger. The other thing that came out is do I have it here? A stock person that owns stock in the company Paramount sued, and this is what we've been talking about from the very beginning. Sued because they thought that there was collusion with Donald Trump to get this to secure faster as a U.S. approval through their friendship and through what we said from the very beginning was very, very shady. And somebody has sued them. It's a fourth lawsuit. Claims they struck an illegal deal with Donald Trump to secure the merger. Trump is allegedly getting $20 million in free advertising, in addition to a previous $16 million settlement. And I think that was from CNN, or I can't remember what that was. There's he sued somebody because they said something shitty about him. Says news outlets they own are hemorrhaging viewers because of their actions. So this is exactly what I said when this whole thing was announced. The reason why this merger, I had a lot of bad feelings about it from the very beginning. So I'm not surprised that the lawsuits have come this quick, but they are, and they're going to be going into court soon. So we'll talk about that as time goes on. Just announced, I saw it before we came on the podcast. I don't even know if you saw it, but Apple has increased the price of Apple Music and Apple One, the bundle. The prices are going to be going up $1 for the individual plan for Apple Music. The family plan is going to be staying the same. Family plan is going up to $19.99. I think it's $16.99 now, or $17. I don't really know what it is. The student plan, if you have that, $6.99 a month now. But the Apple One, which is the bundle that bundles Apple TV, which I have, Apple Music, everything. The individual family plan is $27.95 now, up $2. And the Premier plan, which is $37.95, includes everything plus 2 terabytes of memory. And the cloud is now $39.95. So that went up $2 as well. Everything is going up. This is the first time it's gone up in 4 years, though, so hopefully it won't rise every year like everything else. But it kind of sucks, especially with the way the economy is, that they decide to rise prices right now. But they're saying it's because they're being hit with a lot of royalties from the music industry right now, and they need to recoup that somewhere. So unfortunately, Spotify just did it, so Apple Music had to do it as well. Big news out of the TV world came out last night. The God of War show, the main actor who's playing Kratos, Ryan Hurst, he was hurt. I think he pulled his muscle. I can't remember, his arm or something. And they were going to hold. They said they could hold off production until 2027. That was the original article. Now they're saying they're going to recast him. And they already filmed, I believe, they finished 4 episodes. So they have to not only refilm his scenes for 4 episodes, but they gotta bring him into this series as a new casting, whoever they're gonna cast to play this character.
I was only looking forward to the show because of Ryan Hurst. Because I
don't know him
Ryan
in anything.
Hurst.
I know you. Was it
Sons of Anarchy?
He's
so good. He's one of my favorite characters of all time in that show.
I thought that image right there looked off. I think it was something that they should have waited until they had post-production on to make it look better. But we'll have to see who they cast for that. I don't know who. I think they should cast somebody like a wrestler, but it had to be a good wrestler actor. I don't know who they would put in that role. That kind of looks like him. I know wasn't there people that said who are some names that they threw around? Was it Triple H? There's people. I don't think Triple H would be good in that role, but Batista was one maybe. I don't remember. Yeah, there were people they listed for that role at one point, but it was a while ago. But yeah, they're gonna have to recast that. We'll get into that news when it comes out. Speaking of Prime, brand new posters for Reacher and Neely coming out within kind of the same month. Reacher comes out next month on the 12th, and Neely comes out September 16th. So very excited for that. We also got a brand new poster for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And today they actually released a video saying this is not AI. They did it with the actual computer graphics team. So that's pretty funny. Comes out August 17th, new season. I think it's 17, they said, or 18. I can't remember. Joining the cast of Far Cry, We already got Rob McElhenney, we got Lizzie Kaplan, and now we got Steve Buscemi, which I'm not sure. I don't have a picture of that. But Steve Buscemi, of course, you've seen him in everything. So excited for that. Gabriel Luna, kind of a little spoiler there. Gabriel Luna has joined the cast of Dexter season 2. The Sleepy-Eyed Stranger is his name of his killer. So it looks like they're going to be doing the same as the first season. Dexter going after all of these killers from kind of New York City by the looks of it. So yeah, exciting. Love him and things I've seen him in. Of course, Robbie Reyes, I think that's his name from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Ghost Rider. Great in that. Of course, Last of Us, we saw him last year. Great in that as well. So awesome. And we got a brand new look at the Mike Flanagan Carrie movie, our TV show. There's some pictures right there of Carrie and the cast. Matthew Lillard in the cast. Very exciting. Love like Mike Flanagan. So cannot wait. And Mike Flanagan says the Carrie series set in modern day explores teen relationships with technology. Will introduces various other characters with their own abilities in each episode. And it's going to change a lot of the book's key moments, including the events of the prom being different. It's going to release sometime in the fall on Prime Video, so keep an eye on that. The rights to the very first movie, the Nightmare on Elm Street movie, has gone to the Wes Craven estate has signed a deal to go to Paramount to reboot just that first movie. And I don't know why I went to the next picture. It's not that. But they're going to recast it. It's going to be rebooted to a brand new movie done by Paramount. And other than that, we don't know anything else about it. So keep an eye on that. Got casting for this prequel of the Conjuring movie. We got the two new guys playing, the woman and the man playing Ed and Lorraine. It comes out September 10th of next year. So they're probably going to be filming soon. So wanted to mention that. Danny McBride. Love Danny McBride. Of course, he's Bound and Down, Righteous Gemstones, Vice Principals. Great in everything. Of course, the Apatow movies. He's been in a ton of those produced Apatow movies. He is going to be doing a G.I. Joe reboot. He was writing it, but they actually hired him on as a director because he's such a fan of the franchise. He wrote the script. Goal is to film it sometime in 2027. Grounded action film, not a comedy. It's going to focus on Duke and the team. Takes place in a town where everyone is secretly a member of Cobra, and they're casting it right now. So he's reaching out to a lot of his movie star friends. So exciting! I love Danny McBride. What did he do? He did the Halloween franchise, the new one.
Yeah,
everybody loved that.
We don't talk about the last two. Yeah, nobody likes the second two.
They love the first one though.
Yeah, the first one's great.
Yep. Love Danny McBride. So that's awesome. I got a brand new poster for a movie called Hershey. It's a major motion picture. Comes out November 25th, all about the making of Hershey chocolate. Starring Ariana Alexander Daddario, who we've seen in True Detective, a whole bunch of other stuff. But I don't know. It comes out the end of the year, Thanksgiving. I'm not sure about that, but we'll see. Peter Jackson announced that he's returning to directing. He has been directing in I think it's been maybe 10 years. I can't remember the last one he directed, but he's going to be directing Adventures of Tintin, the sequel. I love the first one. It was directed by Steven Spielberg. He produced it. He's going to direct this one. And that's his next movie. He's been discussing it for the last 15 years, and it's going to be his next one. So exciting. Love that. Stan Lee, this documentary, we talked about it last year. They're going to be making a documentary on the final few years of Stan Lee's life. And it's actually going to be coming out. They actually announced it July 28th. So in 10 days, 11 days from now. And it's all filmed, and they show kind of the tumultuous relationship he had with his manager, and all that stuff. That's going to be a focus of the documentary. So, even though it's sad, I'm excited to see it because I love Stan. I'm just hoping that he wasn't really taking too much advantage of it. It's going to be sad to see that if that's the case, but I do want to see it. So yeah. Mandalorian and Grogu. Wanted to mention this as well. Comes out on digital on the 21st. If you have not seen it, comes out on Tuesday. So it's an okay movie, okay Star Wars movie. I thought it was enjoyable.
Interesting. It took this long to come out on digital, but then it's Disney. They don't do anything. They don't put anything out quick. So
yeah. Got a brand new poster. Of course, Comic-Con is next week. Got a brand new poster for Spaceballs, the new one, the sequel. We also got some merchandising there. Spaceballs the T-shirt, Spaceballs the sweatshirt, Spaceballs the new hoodie. So yeah, cannot wait for that movie. Probably gonna get a trailer or something next week. And they also came out with a plot for the movie. Somehow, Dark Helmet has returned 40 years after the events of the first Spaceballs, 50 years after the events of Star Wars: A New Hope, and 1 year after the events of Devil Wears Prada 2. The galaxy is once again under threat. So yeah, I cannot wait. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can find it online. It's fantastic. Yeah, I cannot wait. Bethesda just today confirmed that Fallout 5 is in pre-production, and Fallout 3 and New Vegas are going to be remastered. I have not played those games. I am excited to wait for the remaster though, because I love the first season of Fallout. Wasn't a huge fan of the second one though, but I do love that story. So we'll see. If we had saw the Odyssey, we would have seen a new trailer for the Wolverine game coming out on the PS5 in a couple months. And we see a great scene of him fighting through different towns, different cities like Madripoor. When he goes to Madripoor, we see the very first look of him fighting Lady Deathstrike. Looks awesome. Of course, you get the adamantium fingernails and everything. So yeah, cannot wait. That being said, first of all, I got this before we get into swag. We got some popcorn buckets for Super Troopers 3. We got the liter of cola, a full liter cup if you want to go to the movie theater and have a liter of cola. So yeah. That being said, let's get into the swag.
Swag. Stuff we all get.
Come on, son. You know that's right.
We got an Odysseus pop there. We also got these is this the very first time that Breaking Bad has had Funko Pops?
I think
because they have Jesse. Yeah, they have Jesse. They have Walt. They have Heisenberg. They have Saul, and an Amazon exclusive. And
that show went off the air well before the Funko Pop craze hit, so they probably didn't have the licensing for it.
They also have Walter White in the Suburban, the Winnebago.
Yep.
You want to get that? We got a Wedge Antilles pop figure coming out Funko exclusive. We're getting a lot of looks now because they're going to be showing these at Comic-Con next week. We got that. We got a glow-in-the-dark Scarecrow pop figure from Batman, of course. Looks awesome. We got some brand new Venomized pop figures. We got Spider-Man from the Venom War, Venomsaurus Rex. We got King in Black, Eddie Brock. And we got a Symbiote Spider-Man 2099. All look awesome. Love that. Mondo. Love the Mondo figures. I love what they do with the animated series, especially this one. From the X-Men, the animated series, we get Deadpool. Reminiscent of Wolverine sleeping in the bed, looking at this picture of Jean Grey. He's looking at a picture of Wolverine in the bed. The Wolverine package, when they had a Wolverine, I think last year, Mondo, they put him in the same packaging like this. This is just a recreation of that with Deadpool, but
correct.
Lots of cool weapons and stuff that comes with that. Looks awesome. I wanted to mention that. And finally, came out today in Hot Toys, Spider-Man from Spider-Man Brand New Day with a whole bunch of new tech and new gear. Looks awesome. So, that comes with a scorpion tail attacking him too. So, cannot wait for that movie. Everything I see so far, even though they're releasing way too many trailers for it, looks awesome.
I haven't seen a single one.
Surprise.
Awesome.
Wow, it's everywhere. Let's get into this sad news on your part. The Batman Part 2, delayed till 2028. Dun, dun, dun. It's only 4 months. It's going to come out October 2027. Now it's coming out on February 18th of 2028. Some other news on that. That was also moved. You can blame it on J.J. Abrams. That was moved for that movie with him, Glenn Powell and Jenna Ortega. He's directing it, coming out on that day instead. And they moved Batman Part 2 because of it. So you can blame JJ. We did get a little teaser for the Batman Part 2. We got Rob Pattinson in a camera test, turning in the camera with snowfall. Looks awesome. Yep.
I'm guessing they chose to move it to February 2 because of the fact it's going to take place in winter. Winter is my guess.
Makes sense.
So,
yeah, perfect timing. Yep. And the logo looks the same except within a Roman numeral, which makes everything more ominous. So
yes.
New rumor claims that Scarlett Johansson may not be playing the wife of Harvey Dent. Now, the other rumor was Sebastian Stan may not be playing Harvey Dent. He may be playing Zaz, the serial killer Zaz. Now they're saying that Scarlett Johansson may be playing Poison Ivy. Not sure about that, but it's great casting. It's a choice if she's a villain of the movie. We'll have to wait and see. But Green Lantern Lantern's coming out just a few weeks, actually, a month from now, I think.
The week after
it's
Game of
reported
Thrones.
that. Oh, really? Interesting.
Think so.
Lantern season 2 is already in the writers' room. They started writing the next season, so they must be pretty high on it. So, cannot wait for that. I'm really excited for Lanterns. I hope it's good. James Gunn announced, I think with Zolo, I can't remember. I don't even know how to say his last name,
Cholo.
but he played Cholo. Played Jamie Ray as Blue Beetle. In Blue Beetle, right as the DCEU was imploding. And James Gunn's always said he's going to keep him in the DCU. He's going to bring him into the DCU, and he did. He's going to actually be in Man of Tomorrow. They announced that this week. I love that. I love that movie. It's probably one of the better DCEU movies.
It's actually it's a very safe. It's a very safe, fun movie. Like it doesn't take any chances, but it's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
Had a lasting impression on James Gunn in order to still keep him in the franchise. I mean, that's kind of cool.
I'm sure he was signed for relatively cheap for multiple movies, so they probably kept him on because of that. And like I told you, we talked about this before. He just seems like a good kid. Like he seems like he was on. I think it was Christian Harloff, and he was talking about how his mom still makes him mow the grass and shit like that because the grass doesn't know he's famous. He seems like
I remember that.
Down to earth kid. So I'm rooting for him. He was awesome in Cobra Kai. So.
Yeah, you said that before too.
Yeah.
Marvel news of the week. Marvel Comics, for the first time in 60 years, however long they've been in New York City, are officially moving all of their staffers to LA. And they're going to be rehauling the whole and overhauling everything for Marvel Comics. That is a strange thing because you think Marvel Comics, you think New York City. So it's very strange to be moving out of the city that they were grown out of with Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko and all them back in the day, and going to LA, kind of closer to where the studio is, where Disney is. So, that's the way it is, I guess. The way corporations work. A brand new documentary on Disney Plus I have not watched yet. Plan on watching it tonight. Generations: The Evolution of Spider-Man. 26 minutes long, and it's a lead up to Brand New Day. They do show some screen testing with Andrew Garfield being cast as Spider-Man for the very first time 15 years ago, whenever that was. So there's a lot of behind the scenes looks, some new looks of the new movie as well. So I'm gonna watch that. It's on Disney Plus now. If you want to watch it, let's see what else we got for today. I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. Love him. Of course, Hamilton. You know I love him. He revealed that he turned down the role of Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming, which even he agrees bad casting, would have been miscast. And it's just you think of that, you think of the Vulture. Michael Keaton did a fantastic job in that turn in the car. Even Lin-Manuel said that turn in the car when you see Michael Keaton finding out that Peter is Spider-Man. Lin-Manuel couldn't have played that. He couldn't have done that. Not like Michael Keaton did. So, miscasting, obviously. It was right after he was getting off the stage at Hamilton. He was at his first year doing Hamilton. He was planning on being out of there and taking a vacation, but Kevin Feige called him to do the role. And he said, no, I want to be with my wife. So, what could have been? I'm glad it didn't happen, though, and I love him as well. Speaking of Marvel, speaking of MCU, we get the very first official look at the... Oh, there's Lin-Manuel and Vulture. Very official look at Avengers Doomsday and the very first look of Doom. This is probably going to be coming out at Comic-Con, I'm guessing, if you want to buy it in poster form. But there is a Billy Fest, I think in Japan or China. I don't remember where they were. But Kevin Feige was there. They had a video from the Trinity of Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, and Robert Downey Jr. Promoting it as well. They didn't show a trailer or anything, but they did show this poster, and Kevin Feige talked about it. Rumors that tickets are going on sale on the 20th, and during the Comic-Con panel next Saturday, that's where the trailer is actually going to drop. The tickets are going to be on the premium format, the what's that called? The Infinity Vision that they're starting at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
That's the theaters that they've got exclusivity to for that format are going to be going on sale, kind of like IMAX did for the 70 millimeter for the Odyssey last year. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm not super impressed with this poster, although it's great to see the X-Men back in this form. It's great to see, of course, all the teams together in one poster, but yeah, something just feels off about it. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. A lot of people are saying that too. I'm glad I'm not alone in that. I do love that Steve is holding the mirror that is broken from the Thor: Love and Thunder movie. That's interesting. So yeah, current runtime of that is also 2 hours and 46 minutes. Less listed on the where the tickets go on sale. So I don't know. And this big rumor that came out this week, it's been hitting the rounds for a while that Tobey Maguire is in Doomsday. The big rumor is that the movie starts with, if you don't want to know anything about it, skip 30 seconds. The big movie rumor is the movie starts off with an incursion of the X-Men universe, and Deadpool is Wolverine versus Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And it's going to appear in the opening scene of the movie. It'll be the same Peter Parker from Raimi's Spider-Man and the No Way Home movie. He will be wearing the Iron Spider-Man suit designed by Dr. Octopus. His Earth will experience the first incursion with the X-Men universe. He will reportedly fight Wolverine and Deadpool along with Dr. Octopus. Because, of course, if you remember No Way Home, Dr. Octopus was kind of normal at the end of that movie. So interesting. His universe will be destroyed while Deadpool escapes. His death will remain a mystery alongside the Wolverine, giving them room to return for, I'm guessing, Secret Wars. So, yeah, interesting rumor. And let's get into the X-Men rumors because Comic-Con's coming. This always happens the week before Comic-Con. We get all these casting rumors because they're trying to finalize the cast. So 9 times out of 10 when that happens, we're going to be getting a cast next week for X-Men. And here are the names that are the leads for the X-Men reboot. Number 1, Adam Driver, up for Magneto. Okay, I like that. Up for the role of Professor Xavier, Patrick Wilson. Not mad at it because we both love we both love Patrick Wilson a lot.
Yep.
Here you can see it. Up for the role of Rogue from the session Indy. And Marty Supreme's Odessa. I loved her in Marty Supreme. So
Yes.
I'm interested to see either one of those. I would love that. But the big one that everybody's talking about, which when I first saw it, I was like, okay, I get it. Cooper Hoffman, who was in, of course, the Long Walk last year. Yep. He was in the other movie, Pizza. What's the other one? I can't remember.
Licorice Pizza.
Licorice Pizza. Of course, the son of Philip Seymour. Cooper Hoffman up for the role of Cyclops. I can see it. Interesting. I can see it. He was, of course, one of the up-and-coming young actors of that generation, of the new generation. So I can see it. So hopefully we'll talk more about Comic-Con, what we may expect next week, but chances are we're going to be getting a cast for X-Men. It is the next movie after Secret Wars. So they have to hype up some stuff next week. So cannot wait. Also officially announced on Deadline and Hollywood Reporter, there is going to be a Nova movie. It was going to be a series. First it was going to be a movie, then it was going to be a series. Now it's going to be a movie again. And Michael Waldron, who wrote Loki, he also wrote part of Avengers Doomsday. He is going to be writing it and possibly directing the movie for Nova. If you know I think Secret War, the new Secret Wars, there is a new Xandar where Nova is the survivor. And I think the same thing happens where Xandar is destroyed and Nova is the only lone survivor of the Nova Corps. I'm wondering if they're going to pull that out of Secret Wars, and maybe that'll be one of the next MCU movies they'll announce next week. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that's our show this week. Next week, we will be talking about Cape Fear. Maybe we'll wait to the finale for that. House of the Dragon, we'll talk about that. Life Later in Pursuit of Unhappiness comes out tonight. We'll talk about that. X-Men 97, I'll continue talking about that. Dark Side of the Ring, Episode 4, Necro Butcher versus Samoa Joe. Very excited for that. Coming out on the 21st, which I believe is Tuesday or Wednesday, WWE Unreal Season 3. And this is all about John Cena's final run in the company. Behind the scenes look at that. So I cannot wait for that. Coming out on the 23rd, which I believe is next Thursday or Friday. I think it's Thursday. The Big Bang Theory spinoff, Stuart Saves the Universe, comes out on HBO. I think it's the first episode. I will be talking about that. In the movie theaters next week, The Dink, starring Jake Johnson, I do want to see it. It looks funny. And Motor City, starring Alan Richardson. Both of those I do want to see. But the big topic we'll talk about next week, probably in the next couple of weeks, is going to be San Diego Comic-Con. Starts on the 23rd, so we'll talk about the first couple of days, some news coming out of it. But the weekend is the big moments we're going to be talking about. I think the panel for Lanterns is later on that weekend. I know the Marvel panel is on Saturday, so the next week we'll talk about that. Unless there's some big news, we'll break in and talk about it. But like we did last year, maybe we'll see. So thanks everybody for listening and watching, whatever you're doing, watching our reels. Thank you for that, because we're getting 10,000 views on those a week, which is fucking incredible, considering I don't really put much into it. So it's pretty awesome. So thanks everybody, and we'll talk to you next week. Peace.
We're the Geek Blurb crew, here to enlighten you, talking all things geeky, from movies to wrestling to our podcast is the place where you wanna be for all the latest news and nostalgia from the 80s and 90s. We review comic book flicks and sci-fi hits, riding the wave of action movies with all the cool bits. From Iron Man to Star Wars, we cover it all. And when it comes to wrestling, we never drop the ball. Geek Blurb, we're the kings of the nerds, rating movies and pineapples, our opinions never blurred. Join us each week for a geeky chat, with the latest scoop and a dose of nostalgia that. So if you're a fan of the comic book craze, or a lover of sci-fi and all its maze, tune in to Geek Blurb, we're here to entertain, bringing you the best in geekdom, it's our domain.